Yes, y'all. That's Evil Ebenezer. And we got him on the phone right now. What's good, man?
What's good, Robbie G? Thanks for having me on.
Of course, brother. Good to have you on, man. Stoked. I saw that post, and you teasing me, just like, yo, I know I haven't been releasing much right now, but I got some stuff in the works, and you say you're working on a new album that's gonna be getting ready for release next year, early 2015. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just like, it's hard sometimes because you wanna be, you want to let people know, in your world, what you're up to and stuff like that. And at the same time, sometimes when I'm in the process of making an album, I forget to do that once in a while. So I've just been going really hard lately, and we're getting real close. So I'm just, I just thought I'd kind of just update people. Yeah. So, but definitely, 2015. It's an album, all produced by Factor, from Saskatoon, and it's me and him have been working on it together, and there's no samples on the album too, so we've been doing all the production from scratch. We've been doing it together and with some other session players and stuff, so it's definitely it's got its own sound, and it's definitely something different than anything I've ever done before, so it's gonna be interesting.
That's cool. That's crazy, stepping into the world with no samples. What's that like moving from, because I know a lot of your stuff prior to that, the producers that you worked with, like there's a lot of like really wicked sampling being done. What's the difference now, do you find, creatively, like being able to come in with actual instrumentation and stuff like that, as opposed to just taking something and manipulating it?
It's definitely different because the music is just like, it's less, it's really it's hard to describe, to tell you the truth. I wish I could, and maybe we'll be able to, but it's like, with MPC beats and samples and records, you're already taking something that's kind of like, at one point, I mean, it was already fire. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're taking something that was already dope, and then you're just, you're flipping over a dope part of a record. Essentially, that's what it is. And most of I've worked with lots of different producers, but majority, Stewie Kubrick did a lot of my beats in the past, and he's a real hardcore sampler, and he's a really good sampler. And, I've been lucky to bless, like, really cool loops, and he's always had really cool stuff, and you kind of just you hear a sound and then you kind of go with it. And then on this stuff, it's more open and suggestive, and like, it's not as so like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like there's slightly weird things that happen, and it's your own sound that what you want to make, and that what you want to portray, instead of sounds that you are just already grabbing. So, and then it makes you write different, I find too, and it makes there's obviously it's a lot more melodic and a lot more instruments. So there's definitely, I'm singing a lot more on this album, more than I've ever done in the past. I feel like everything I did in the past was kind of a warm up to where I'm at now with it. So yeah, definitely there's been like a lot of different changes in the way that I went about making this album than I went up doing the other ones, for sure.
That's cool. I was just on the phone last week with Matt Brevner, and he was his latest album, Eclectricity. He had a lot of that going on, like a lot of instrumentation that he was doing himself, and just trying to get the breakdown of like how much that really affected it. And it's kind of similar, like what you're saying, as far as like being able to allow yourself to open up and not have something else kind of involved in the process. The actual creative process itself is all being birthed out of nothing, right? Like you guys are just creating that out of the ether, and then it becomes something that can be really, really dope. So that's cool. That's an exciting process. I'm really stoked to hear that. I know Factor, his beats have been banging. I know you've released a few tracks with his production already before, and you guys just did the tour. How was that being on the road? Did you guys get a chance to kind of create some of this stuff while you were on tour, or has it all like been post tour in the studio?
We kind of intermittently, like, I'm not a guy, I don't like to record like in the hotel room. Like I'm not about that. I find that the daily life of touring is kind of like a bit mind numbing, and I'd rather just like, have a drink or watch some TV, or you know what I'm saying? Just kind of relax at that point. So I don't usually create a lot of music on tour, but in between we did, like I was out there for a week prior, after we did the a week prior to going to the WCMAs, and then we did the run, and then we were out here for a week, and then we've been doing that a few times.
Mm-hmm.
So and then now we're at around we're getting close now. I've got 10 songs I really like. So, and then we're going on another run, doing the Winter in the West tour, and that starts January 15th in Regina, and I'm doing, I think we have 11 or 13 shows throughout the West here, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC. It's going to be playing lots of like mountain towns and the kind of hills and stuff like that. So it'll be fun, but we'll listen to the songs, and maybe we'll do a little bit, and then he'll come out here when we're done, or I'll go out there a bit early, and we're gonna finish things off.
That's dope. I like it. That's gonna be exciting, doing a little tour in the mountain towns. That must be really fun out there and on the West Coast, getting a chance to rock out, especially in this time when I guess most of those places be pretty packed as far as like the ones doing like the snowboarding and skiing type towns like that.
Yeah.
That's
exactly,
popping now.
Exactly, yeah. Because we did it in. I've done it most winters the last 3 or 4 years, and but when we were out in the fall, coming back in October, it wasn't in season yet. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go back out in January. January is one of the best times. January, February, and they're packed. You go to places like we got Banff and Jasper and Big White and Whistler and all that kind of stuff. There's a couple more too. Can't really remember. But yeah, all the dates that we have so far. We're hitting other markets too. Like we're in Saskatoon and Edmonton and Calgary. They're posted on my social media on Facebook. I'll get them up on the website soon. But yeah, if you follow me on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, you'll be able to see all the dates.
Word up.
All that stuff.
Check that out, everybody, on the West Coast for sure. What you were mentioning there back, talking about the CD and the new project coming out, you said you got 10 songs right now that you got done that you really, really like. What's that like for you as an artist to have to let go of tracks that like are not up to par, just like you're just like, this is a good song but it's not good enough for the album? What are your thoughts on those records? Do you ever end up releasing them, or do you have like a lot of unreleased evil stuff that's kind of just chilling and didn't end up making it on any projects?
I got a whole folder of them. They're sitting on my iTunes, and they're the songs. They're kind of the graveyard tracks that were good songs, and I made a valiant effort at making them, but they just didn't end up fitting. Usually when it comes time to pick a record, Howell had 13, and I think I'm going to do 13 for this one. I think it's a good number, and I'm going to do, so I've got space for 3 more. And when it comes down to it, you got to see what fits and what goes where and how you want it, an album, I kind of create my albums or kind of put them together essentially like you would like a book or a movie to be, it should have a beginning, middle, and end. And if one doesn't really fit into that structure, into that that movie or whatever you're creating, that piece of art, then yeah, it's out. And I release sometimes some of them, like some of the songs that I've in the last like year that I put out a couple on my SoundCloud page, and like Surrounded, and there was one called Sirens, and there was another one. I put out a couple. I put out the ones that I kind of like. I'll put out lists on SoundCloud, just like whatever. Like here's a song that didn't make, whatever. But most of them are just sitting in this folder. And yeah. No, maybe they'll never see the light of day. But it doesn't really matter. It's about what I want. I'm pretty tough on myself and what I want people to hear, and I want. I have a certain standard that I think that I'm at, and I want, my music to be. So yeah, if they sit there, they sit there. But, if they're decent or whatever and I feel like putting them out, I will, for sure.
Word up. I'd be interested. Do you ever let like close people listen to like your graveyard folder at all?
Sometimes, yeah, for sure. if I'm in that zone and I see it open, it's not like, hey, I sound like a go-to, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, definitely, because it's like stuff that you didn't.
Music, yeah,
you didn't really want to.
For sure. Or if someone's on the computer and they're like, oh, what's this? I'm like, I haven't named something that they wouldn't really recognize. It's like demos or beats or something like that.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. It's kind of hidden.
I think every artist probably has that too. I mean, I'm sure if you, you talk to Snack and Merc, or whoever, or Brevner or whatever, like everyone, and even yourself, there's, you got a little cachet of songs that never came out, and that's just the way she goes for sure. And this one, everything that we've done is pretty much solid. I'm kind of like, it's everything is kind of like, okay, this is going to work. But there's definitely been, at least 3 or 4 that we did that aren't going to make it.
Word up. I'd like to listen. If I can at some point, that ever happens, I end up on the West Coast and in front of your computer, I'm going to be like, I'm going to be searching for that graveyard folder.
Yeah, for sure. I'll hook you up.
Word up. One thing I wanted to talk to you while I got you on here, though, I seen you were posting a couple of days ago about checking out the battles, and I also got in on that, checking them out, and I just wanted to get what your opinion was on the highly anticipated battle, obviously, between Disaster and Cassidy. What your thoughts were on the battle?
Well, I look at it 2 ways. There's kind of like the battle, and then there was like the whole like fiasco of like just like how kind of like unorganized and kind of like how weird and unprofessional it was when we were watching it.
Yeah,
like people's on, just like all the people on stage, mics not working, fire marshals coming, just like this. So that was kind of crazy. I mean, it was kind of fun watching it, and like, holy shit, like it's like
real life, like madness going down.
Yeah, you're just kind of watching it. Hold on, I'm just gonna nuke this call. Hold on. Send a voicemail. There we go. And so that was good. But then, you know what, as usually most things are in life, it was a little bit of a letdown. Like, it wasn't, I don't feel like it lived up to the hype. And then, obviously, after the first round of Disaster, it all of a sudden went, and it was gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I did watch the rematch on YouTube the other day, and, like, it was all right. I mean, Cassidy did a lot better than I thought he was going to do. I thought he was, like a lot of people, I thought maybe he wasn't going to come as prepared and get really that ready. But I definitely thought it was very even. I might even have given it to him. I think it was very even. Where I originally thought that it was going to be a lot more lopsided Disaster. I think Disaster didn't come as good as he's come before, and then I thought Cassidy came a lot better than I thought he would. So.
For sure. That's how I felt.
That's kind of my sum up.
Yeah.
Cassidy's, like, maybe it's not as, like, strong, like the lyrics are there, but definitely what's good for him, and you don't see a lot in the battle rappers these days, is that the flow and the cadence and the smoothness and the delivery and the confidence. That was all there for him,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's like Pat Stay.
In different ways that you don't see a lot of those guys do. So it was kind of nice. It was kind of like a nice change,
Definitely, big time. Yeah, no,
I love watching that shit. I love rap, so always be a fan.
Yeah, it was hard because last time I remember a couple of the big battles happened. I was so disappointed afterwards. I was just like, oh, I hate seeing it on the social media, everybody talking about it, and I didn't get a chance to see it firsthand. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually pay for this pay-per-view and watch it. And then it was a big letdown.
We didn't even pay for it. I don't know. I found a streaming site and it was pretty good. I have a smart TV and I watched it on TV, so I was actually pretty stoked because I kind of would have been pissed if I would have paid for that. Did you see the Big K battle?
The which?
Big K? The 2 before?
Possibly. Big K.
He's really good. He's one of my favorites right now.
Who did he go?
Who did he battle?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I can't think of it right now. It wasn't Arsenal. That was another one.
Immaculate or Immaculate?
No, he battled him before, though. If you ever watch a best of Big K, he's got lots of really good battles. I just feel like he's my favorite right now. I can't remember who he battled, man. My brain.
But did he win?
I don't know. I guess it's no one really wins.
I know that was the weirdest thing. It'd be like the battle ended. It'd be like, up to you, Laura and Bizarre, and Bizarre would just like say a couple words like he's so not interested to be there, and then Laura would be
like he's sleeping, and then one of their mics is not working, and then he's telling her to shut up. I'm like, this is the weirdest TV I've ever seen in my life. But you know what? It's all good. Yeah, no, I mean, the judges thing and not having a winner, I mean, I guess I can kind of get used to it. It's like, because really, it's like, who gives a fuck? It's entertainment. It's like, it's up to you who wins. And it's like, is there a real way to pick it anyways? It's like, you know what I mean? It's not like a basketball, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like, you know, who scores, you know, whoever has the most points at the end of the game. But what are they going to do? Start giving points for punch signs? Like, it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. But yeah, I do agree that Cassidy, I had a feeling that he wasn't going to do as good. And after the first kind of round of the battle, a lot of the friends I was watching it with, they're just like, oh, why are you doing this, Cassidy? You're going to ruin your career with this. And then when they did the rematch thing, I was like, okay, he actually like held his own there.
Yeah, so something happened in the first one where he wasn't that tight. But if you watch him in the rematch, he's a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Well, he recognized,
but something happened. Yeah, it was way better.
The disaster impersonation did pretty good. I think he kind of killed him with that.
That was a turning point, I felt.
Yeah, big time.
That was the TSN turning point when he did that. That was like, you know, he kind of flipped the script and kind of like stepped out of his box and then did something. And whenever you can bring humor into rap and into battling, I think it's the best. That's why guys like Eminem were so good, and you know, there's lots of other guys like Pat Stay who's really good. I mean, if you're humorous, you'll always win over the crowd. And, you know, humor is a way that like, you know, connects all human beings, you know what I mean? And you can make someone laugh. You can says a lot about you. So I think that's the way to do it. And when he did that, that's when he kind of got things popping, so.
Big time. Do you know what would be funny with that humor thing if some stand-up comedians went into rap battle?
Yeah, it's just the thing is they don't know how to rap. And it would be really shitty because, you know, rap's hard enough as it is, but...
That's very true. It's hard to craft a joke that can actually rhyme.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, you still have to be... I like those what do you call it, battles? The compliment ones. Those are kind of tight.
I've never seen that.
Oh, yeah, Pat Stay just put out a really good one. Pat Stay verse, I don't know. Just put in Pat Stay compliment battle, KOTD. You'll love it, man, because you have to fucking really be creative. Man, you've never seen a compliment battle?
No, man, this is dope. I'm so stoked on this. It's basically like you're bigging up the...
Robbie, you're so fucking hot. When you go in the club, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, whatever. I can't think of one girl right now. Yeah, but you just like bigging buddy up. And like the best way that you can do it possibly, right? Instead of tearing them down, you pick them up.
Wow.
Yeah, check it out. Do Pat Stay. He just did one. It was dumb.
I see one month ago, Pat Stay versus Roan, and it's already got like 100,000. So that's probably that one. That's probably a good one.
Yeah, I don't know who Roan is, but yeah. But yeah, man, check it out. Check it out.
That's awesome. That's so dope. For me, I don't know, I just don't like battle rap. I'm a super big fan of it. I enjoy watching the battles and stuff like that. And I remember being like at the ground zero of King of the Dot when it first started in the alleyways and stuff like that. And what it's grown to now is incredible. But the only thing that I didn't like was like the whole negative side of it and how just like people beef, and then on the outside of the battle, then, you know, things started happening and this crew beefing with that crew and blah, blah, blah. But like, this is something I could get down with. A compliment rap battle, I could totally do that.
Because it's only positive. You can't leave the battle beefing with the crew. You just told them how fucking dope they were, right?
Yes.
That's my language there. But anyways,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Word up. Much respect, man. Well, I like getting your opinion on these things, and thanks for dropping the information on your new project that's coming out with Factor. Looking forward to hearing that in the new year. And obviously, when you guys are touring again, let me know, and I'll get you guys hooked up here in Guelph again and anywhere else I can.
Yeah, for sure. I think that would probably be definitely, you know, when the album comes out, definitely, you know, spring, summer, I'll try to get out to Ontario again. It's always good to see you, man. Thanks a lot for everything.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Okay, peace.
Peace out.